Hey y'all, hey, welcome to my channel. I am Miss Vicky. I'm also known as Grandma Vicky. And on today's episode, I wanted to share a little bit of things that I have found at the thrift store. Now, as I told you before, if you watched my couple of vlogs that I do have, I am recently retired after 36 years and one job. I've had several jobs throughout my lifetime, but one job I worked 36 years and I just recently retired and I'm so excited. I am reinventing myself, falling back in love with me, finding out and enjoying the things that I like to do. One of the things that I like to do is go thrifting. And I also like to do artwork, all things creative, all things art, I love. All things fashion, all things beauty. I love those things. I love, love, love. But that's not particularly what my channel is going to be about because my channel will probably be all over the place because again, I am redefining, recreating, falling back in love with Vicky, and you get to see all the things that I find, I do, and I enjoy. If you come along with me, like, comment, and subscribe, and you will see the things Miss Vicky likes to do. But here, let's first take you on a journey and do a little mini haul of the things that I have found, not particularly on this one day, but throughout my time of doing some thrifting. Now, listen, again, I like to find unique things. I don't like to go into a thrift store and just get common stuff that I wanted from the store, but I couldn't find. I like to find things that look unique to me in my eyes because keep in mind, I am an artist, so I love different things. One thing that I got was this vase. Now, when I first moved into my place, I was my decor was gray and yellow. So if you see some yellow sprinkled, you'll know why. But I'm changing that out because I'm falling in love with this color, which is, I don't know what this color is, camel, I think it is. I got a little camel chair here, but I love this color. So I found this in a thrift store. And what I like it is it has these little holes in it, which I thought was unique. And so I didn't know. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I just thought it was going to be a good little accent piece for my tabletop. And so I said, you know what, let me take this home and see what I could do with it. But what I did was I knew you couldn't put a real plant in here because of the holes in here. It wouldn't hold any water. So I went to Michael's and I just found this little piece here and I just stuck it in there and look what a difference it makes. Now you can do it without the vase or with the vase. Without the plant or with a plant, and it still looks great. But I just sat there on the table and kind of just waterfalls over the table, and I just thought that was just a beautiful find, and I was really, 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 really happy with that. A couple of other things that I found. Again, I said I like artwork. I want to share this piece right here with you, which is something that my 1 year old grandson made. Now, normally when my grandkids, when they come over, I always give them, I always have them make me a piece of artwork because I have a gallery wall and I like to put artwork on there. And being that he was only 1 year old, I thought that this was just so cute that he picked up his colors and he just scribbled, scrabbled. And to me, that's artwork. I love it. And I just put it in the frame and it goes on my gallery wall and it looks so adorable. And when he gets older, he's 3 now, but when he gets older, he'll get to enjoy this piece and hopefully he can pass it down to his children or whatever he wants to do with it. I just thought that was so neat. Again, I am into art pieces and I like black art. Probably because I'm black, but hey, I love black art. So all things black art, I usually pick it up. But a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you what I look for when I do look at the artwork. But I just thought this one was nice because I liked how they did the border, and it wasn't cheaply done. So the border itself is so nice, and they have this little gold around it. And I just thought, hey, you know what? I thought about leaving it in the store, but I said, you know what? No, I like this and it has the orange in there, which is, not quite camel, but that's okay because when you're doing artwork or you're doing a gallery wall, you don't have to have stuff that matchy matchy. I don't think people do matchy matchy anymore, especially when it comes to art. You kind of want to have maybe some accent pieces that pop and connects the color. What I do is I have some natural wood in my home, so I like this natural wood frame and then how this popped out. Now, this blue, I have a gray accent wall that I put this one on, and it looks really good. You have to kind of squint one eye and realize that, hey, you know what, that's not gray, but it pops out and it looks really, really nice. So I really like this piece. In fact, there was two, and the other one is made a lot different. I didn't take that one down from the wall, but it's a whole lot different, but the framing is the same. And I just thought that was neat. And it was, I think that piece was like $7.99, and it was 50% off, because you do know, or you, if you don't know, when you go to a thrift store, you always want to ask them what the color of the day is. And usually they'll tell you whatever the color of the day is. When that tag on the back of the merchandise is that has that color in it, it will be 50% off whatever the color of the day. And I think this one was the day I got this, it was 50% off. And so that was even better because I got two for the price of one, which was nice. Now, this one, I would have normally probably wouldn't have got it because, hey, that's just some trees with some blossom. But I happen to put this one in my bedroom. And the reason why I have mostly cream and wheat in my bedroom. So again, pops of color. I just liked this frame, and it looks so good against my accent wall. And again, you don't have to have matchy matchy, but I like this cream, which is in my room. So, and if you look at the details of the border, you will see all those. It's like it's in 3D, and then each border has gold around it. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And again, it has this orange, which I have a duvet cover that I put on my bed in the fall time. And so it just, and it's like this color, the orangey color. And it just looks so good, because every now and then I will change I'll tell you that too. Instead of changing your comforter, now I have a comforter I really like, and it's white. But again, I have a 1 year old or 3 year old grandson now, but sometimes they like to go in my room, and the first thing you do is go around your bed. And I'm like, I have to go, ah. So in order to protect my white, is I change it out with duvet covers. Instead of having all these different comforters around, you just take a duvet cover. I think that's how you say it. And you order it in the color that you want, and you change your bed and put it on there, and it just looks so nice. And you can just play with colors, and don't be afraid of colors. And so I have my color, my room is cream, and I just decided to put this like an orangey color duvet on it, just to pop it out. Oh my God, it looks so nice. And so then I have this on the wall, and it looks just nice. And I can keep it up there, because when I go to change my duvet back to a cream color, it'll still pop out of there and still look absolutely wonderful. Now, another thing that I look for when I look at the and go by pictures is, sorry, I have a microphone just to make sure it's on. I always look at the back and see how it's made, and that will determine too if it's cheaply made or if it's wonderfully made. This one has velvet on the back, and it has these. They try to put these wires on here, so it was nicely made, and with the again with the almost the pop of the 3D frame borders here. It just was so unique that again I needed to have that piece to go home with me. Um, a lot of people that know me know I love art of all type. And so I have a friend of mine, of course, she always gives me the neatest little gifts. And she happened to give me this. I hope you can see it. I love to roller skate. And so on the weekends, I go skating in the parking lot. And she will often walk by and see me skate, and that's how we met and became friends. And she just thinks it's so neat that I'm out there skating at my age. But I do it purely for exercise, and I just love it. So anyway, she gave me this roller skate, and I just think it's so adorable. Look at that little, uh, so cute. It's actually a Christmas tree ornament, but I just sit it on my desk because I just love it so much. I keep it out year round, and it says let's roll. And I just think that that is just so adorable. And those are the things that make me just so happy when people give me little trinkets and stuff like that, because I love the beauty in art. Another thing that I found at the thrift store was this candle holder. Isn't that so neat? And it's so heavy too. I don't even know if this is real crystal, but it's so beautiful. And it was only $1.99. Um, so of course I had a huge candle that I needed a candle holder for. Just ironically, I broke the candle holder that day I was going thrifting, and I happened to find this. And I have a couple of little crystal pieces here and there throughout my house. I don't overwhelm my home with this kind of stuff, but I do have a couple of pieces, and I just thought that would tie in very, very well. So, of course, I got that, and it came home with me. Again, when I go to the thrift store, I don't look for things that are normally, you can find in your store. I like things that are different, and so I look for things that are unique. So I found this little candle holder. This comes out of here, and you put a little candle down in here. But I'm not sure if this came with, excuse me, or should have came with two of these. I'm not sure, but this thing does a lot of different things that you can just do it all kind of different ways. And it's just such a unique piece. It goes like this, or I don't know. See, it could go like that for two of them to go in there, but I don't have two, so I just put the one in there, and then I stick that in there and call it a day. And I just think it's such a beautiful piece that sits um, on your desk or your tabletop. Again, my house, I have mostly grays, and I got black, and then I got little pieces of pops of color and some gold accent pieces, which I really just think that looks so nice to me. I love it. Another find is this little guy here. Now, again, I like little black art again. And so I just took him, and I was like, okay, he doesn't match anything in my decor, but I just thought he was so cute. But what he does, he just sits. And so, yeah, I just have him, and his little legs dangle off the wall, or just dangle when you sit him down. It's just so cute. Now, again, I have a 2-year-old who's a busybody, two going on three. So I have to make sure I put this up somewhere high where he can't get it, because he just like Curious George. What is that? Oh, Grandma, I want that. So I just think he's just so cute. And I think he was like $7, and I waited again. I said, "Look, little boy, if you hear when the color changes and it's your color turn, you're going home with me." So I did get him for half price, and I just thought that was so cute. One of the things at the thrift store that I go to quite often is I seen a piece there that I really, really wanted. Now, I know this is probably like old fashioned or whatever, but I just thought he was just so cute. And what made me fall in love with him? Normally, I probably wouldn't have got him, because I had this stuff before when I was, younger and doing collecting, used to collect this kind of stuff. But I just thought this was cute, because I hope you can see his little dreads right here. When I saw him, I fell in love with him, because I have a son that has dreads, and he's chocolate just like him. And I just thought this was so neat. When I saw him, I said, "Sir, I'll be back for you right now. I don't want to pay." He was $15, and I said, Grandma, don't want to pay $15 for you, but I'm falling in love with you, so I'm probably going to come back and get you before somebody takes you. But I knew that the neighborhood that I was in, and the clientele that come into that thrift store, they were not probably going to take him, because, yeah, he wasn't going to sit up in their house. So I was actually able to wait like 30 days, and he came up 50% off, and then I had a 20% off coupon. So he went home with me, and I think we're both happy together. So yeah, that's I thought this was a really, really good find. And he's by Treasure Heart. So again, a lot of times when I'm at the thrift store, I will take the time to stand there and Google the artist, or Google whoever it's made by, to see if it's worth anything, or if it's worth me taking. I will take the time to do that, and it's worth the price paying, because sometimes you go back the next day and it's gone. So usually if it's art pieces and it's really, really nice and in good shape, I will buy it if the price is right, and if the backing and everything, and if it's made really, really well, I will get it. Now, some things I will find on the internet just because sometimes I get bored and I will go through the internet and find stuff. And I found this was for work I did, and it's a mouse pad. And I needed a mouse pad at work. So I ended up ordering this one. I thought it was so cute. You could put whatever you wanted. And of course, I love my grandkids. If you don't know, ask somebody, okay? They're going to tell you. She loved her grandchildren. So I put my grandchildren on here. It's minus one of them because he wasn't even born or heard of, but so I'll have to order one before he realized, Grandma, where am I at? So I am going to reorder another one, and they're a little bit bigger now, and I'll add him to it. But I put God first, and then um, my family on here, and then I put our family name on here. And I just thought this was just such a unique little thing to have, and of course, grandkids love it, and I love it, so it's a win-win. But anyways, yeah, I think that wraps up everything that I have found at the thrift store. I have so much more stuff that I have found at the thrift store, and I don't go to the thrift store for clothes, but I have found some pieces there that were really nice. Now, when I was working, and if we had to go to business meetings and it required you to wear business attire, I would go there and get a blazer to throw over maybe a pair of slacks or something, because I'm like, "Ah, how often am I going to wear a blazer?" Because in the office, I didn't wear blazers, so just when we had to go to a business meeting or something, I would get a blazer. So of course, you get your blue, your black, and your brown blazer, and call it a day, because that's really all you need. And I would Google. I would take the time and Google, because you have some nice piece on. So I would Google and see who was the designer, or see what store carried that. I have found a couple of blazers from Nordstrom's, um, and so I would get it if the size was right or whatever. And so yeah, that's quite a bit of things that I do now. I will get sometimes my jackets there. I don't care for wearing anybody else's pants, but maybe a blouse, and take it to the cleaners. And they really have some nice stuff if you go thrifty. Now I know that's not everybody's thing, but if you're a young person, and I'm gonna give grandma advice, if you're a young person, I would say go to the thrift store, and start off there. You will find some nice pieces. If you're into designer things, go to several different thrift stores, and go to some in the better neighborhoods maybe, and try to Google what you find. They've had furniture there. Actually, I know a friend of mine had got a really nice couch there, and the people working there couldn't believe that they had that couch there. I have found some Coach purses. I have found some really nice diamond earrings from the thrift store. It was a boutique thrift store, and the workers there said they were older ladies at this time. I mean, older than me, and they were just volunteering, working there, and they were tagging, putting prices on. Now they didn't know the value of a lot of stuff that came through. Their loss, my win. I have found a couple of nice things at this particular boutique. Those ladies since then don't work there, because you take the stuff up to and they now seem to have more knowledgeable women working there. But now you take the stuff I should say now, but when I was shopping there, I would take stuff up there, and they say, "This is how much?" They said, "Oh, they didn't know the value of this piece, but they had to sell it to me, because that's what the price was on there." And they said a lot of times what happens is people, young people or guys, would inherit their mother's stuff. Maybe they were the only son or whatever, or the only child, and they would inherit all this stuff, and all they wanted to do was, after a while, they got tired of going through, just give it away, just give it away, just give it away, and they would give it to a thrift store. And you know, hey, one man's junk is another man's treasure. And I have found some really nice, expensive purse, and I found an expensive earrings, and I found something else. Oh, expensive painting. It was a watercolor painting, and yeah, that was nice. and I got that one put up. But yeah, you can find some really nice stuff if you know what you're looking for, and if you have the time to go thrifting. So again, if you're a young person and you're starting off, you can find lamps at the thrift store. Just change out the shade, and you'd be surprised. And I'm gonna show you one thing that I found. This lamp right here. I like unique pieces. I told you that, and that's what I do when I go thrifting. Is I like to find unique pieces, and I hope you can see this lamp. But see how it's just so uniquely sexy and made. It had an ugly white shade on it when I got it. I ordered a black shade and a little black topper there, and put it up here, and it's like an art piece, and I just love it. And yeah, so it sits there, and then I sit this beside it for a pop of color again, and it just looks so nice. And you'd be surprised at the things that you can find and things that you can do, just by going to the thrift store. So again, I'm going to cut off this video. I'm going to start rambling after a while, but I will be back sharing some more artwork, sharing some more thrift finds, and hey, trying to make you laugh, because life's too short, honey, and we are going to laugh. After all this time of working, I am now free to laugh. I don't have to be Miss Boss or Miss whatever. I could just be Miss Vicky, Grandma Vicky, Mom. I can just be on myself, my authentic self. And guess what? I love me. God loved me first, but I love me. And I'm finding out that I really do like me. And I'm going to share her with you. So with that being said, that's about it. Peace. My grandson hates when I do that. So to you, grandson, peace. Peace. Peace.